are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my ranking for all 10 Disney princes. So I've ranked all of the princesses, and I thought I'd go ahead and do the princes, because nobody ever talks about the Disney princes. So I thought I'd go ahead and do that. So, coming in at number 10 is Prince Charming from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. He may be the first Disney prince, but he is easily the most unforgettable one. He doesn't really have much of a personality. He only shows up at the very beginning of the movie just to establish that he exists, and then he shows up at the last minute to kiss Snow White and disappear. He doesn't have any side plots or anything, so they didn't really do much with him. I wish that they would have done a little more with him, maybe gave him his own little story arc and made the movie maybe 10, 15 minutes longer and everything. They didn't have to do a lot with him, just a little bit more to make him a little bit better of a character, but for what we got, he's an okay character. He works for the movie, but he just isn't a memorable character, so he's easily my least favorite out of all the Disney princes. So, Prince Charming from Snow White is number 10, and number 9 is Prince Philip from Sleeping Beauty. Now, I think out of the ones that Walt Disney created himself, Prince Philip is the one with the most personality and stuff. He actually has a lot more to do in this movie than the others and everything, because he has a whole plot of having to rescue Sleeping Beauty and stuff, or Aurora. He has to rescue her and stop Maleficent and everything, and he gets that awesome advantage of also being the prince that actually, one of the princes that kills the villain and everything. He impels Maleficent with a sword and everything in a really awesome scene at the very end of the movie and everything. And I will say that Sleeping Beauty was more of Maleficent's movie, but I really do like Prince Charming in here and stuff. So, yeah, so I would say that, or not Prince Charming, Prince Philip. I always call him Prince Charming because I always just consider them three to be Prince Charmings, but this one actually has a name, Philip, and everything. And I don't know if the other two princes have names. If they do, I've never actually heard what their names are. I know on Beast he has a name, but I'll talk about him when I get to him. But yeah, Prince Philip is pretty good. So he's number 9, and number 8 is Prince Charming from Cinderella. Now, he also doesn't have a lot to do, but I will say that I really like him quite a bit, though. He's not really wanting to just be married to any girl and everything, and that's kind of his little subplot in the movie and everything. They don't explore it too much, but they do a good job with it, and I think that he's a really good fit for Cinderella and everything, and he's just a really likable dude, and they kind of flesh him out a little bit more in Cinderella 3, Twist in Time, which I know some people would consider that canon, some wouldn't. I kind of do, because I like it and everything, and I think it makes him a better character if you watch all 3 of them, and you see him in the 3rd one especially, but this one is pretty good. So, but yeah, Prince Charming from Cinderella, I've always really liked him quite a bit, so he's number 8, and number 7 is Eugene from Tangled. He's one of those dudes that's just really cool that, like, the girls love and guys want to be and everything. He's this thief that falls in love with Rapunzel and everything, and he goes from being this guy who's just trying to make his way by stealing and stuff, and he learns how to become a proper gentleman and stuff, and he has a really good character arc throughout the movie and everything, and I really like Eugene quite a bit. So he's number 7, and number 6 is Shang from Mulan. I think he's a really good character too. He's another one that I've always really liked quite a bit. He was the general in Mulan's army and stuff when she was pretending to be Ping, and they did a good job at making him a really likable character and stuff, and you can tell that Mulan is having feelings for him throughout the whole movie And it's kind of hinted at that he kind of does too, even when he thinks Mulan's a man and everything. I don't know how he was convinced that Mulan was a man, though. And everything, you could tell by her voice that she's trying to use a guy's voice, but I don't know. But Shang is a really good character and everything, and he's a likable dude and everything, and he has one of the best songs to the, Let's Get Down to Business. Oh, shoot, what is the name of that song? Yeah, my mind just totally went blank on the name of the freaking song. The best song in the entire freaking movie. But it's a really good song and everything. I can't Make a Man Out of You. That's the name of it. It just totally slipped my mind. I love his song and everything. He has one of the best songs out of all the princes and stuff. So, yeah, he's number 6. And number 5 is Naveen from Princess and the Frog. I absolutely love Naveen. I think he is hilarious. And he's really charming and likable, too. And, like, his chemistry with Tiana is really good, too. And I love how, like, he supports her and stuff. And, like, how their relationship builds out. That at first they don't fully like each other, but as the movie goes on, they really grow into liking each other and form a really good relationship and stuff. And I love that, too. And everything. And he's just a really likable character that you want to see become a little bit better, because he is a little cocky, but it's like, get rid of some of that cockiness and you're a really good dude and everything. And by the end of the movie he learns his lesson and he becomes a really good character and everything. I love that about it and everything. So Naveen is number 5, and number 4 is John Smith from Pocahontas. Now, he's voiced by Mel Gibson and everything. I know a lot of people probably wouldn't have him this high because of that, and because Pocahontas isn't necessarily an accurate depiction of the real life person and everything, but I like John Smith, and I try to just turn my brain off when I watch Pocahontas, enjoy it as a Disney movie instead of a movie based on real people and stuff. But I like John Smith. I think that he's a really likable character. I love his character arc throughout the whole movie, where he's like learning about the earth and stuff from Pocahontas when she does the colors of the wind sequence, and he kind of starts having more respect for the land that he's around and the creatures he's around and the people of the land that he's on and everything, the Native Americans and stuff. So he does a really, really good job. They do a really good job with his character arc, and his romance with Pocahontas is one of the best and everything. And I just love this movie. I know a lot of people hate Pocahontas for not being accurate and stuff, but I've always loved this movie ever since I was a little kid and everything, before I really understood stuff. But it actually made me want to learn about Pocahontas too. So I mean, I don't really have a hatred towards the movie, because I started to try to learn about her and stuff because of it. And John Smith was nothing like he is in the movie and everything. He was a 30-year-old man, while Pocahontas was a 13-year-old girl in real life. So there was nothing really accurate about that. But the way they wrote John Smith in this movie was done really well, and I think that he's a really likable character. So he's number 4. And number 3 is Prince Eric from The Little Mermaid. I absolutely love him. He's just a really lovable dude. I mean, how can you not like a dude that finds out that the girl that he's in love with is a fish and has no freaking problem with it? Like how weird and stuff must that be for him and everything? He just falls in love with a fish, but he's a really cool, likable dude and everything. Like the fire scene alone just proves why he's a good character and everything. He's trying to save everybody. He almost dies saving a dog and everything, and it just makes him a really likable character. You kind of can understand why Ariel likes him and stuff, because he's a really cool dude and everything. And I just really like this character and everything. I've always liked Eric and everything, and I think they did a pretty decent job with him in the remake too, adding a little bit more to flesh him out even more. But the original version is the one I'm talking about, because I'm not going to rank the live action versions though, because I don't really care about the live action remakes as much on these rankings. But Prince Charming is great though I mean, not Prince Charming, Prince Eric. I keep saying Charming because every time I hear the word Prince, I think Prince Charming and everything. And usually when I think Prince Charming, I don't even think of the Disney ones, I just think of the Shrek one. But anyway, Eric is number 3, and number 2 is Prince Adam, or also known as the Beast from Beauty and the Beast. Now, Beauty and the Beast is one of my favorite Disney movies of all time, and I almost put him at number 1, but I do feel like my number 1 spot is just a tiny bit better and everything, and he is the main character. He's the only prince that is the main character of his movie and everything, so I'll talk about him in a minute, but I'm just going to say the Beast, because I'm going to keep calling him that anyway. He's a really lovable character. I absolutely love him. I love, like, his growth and everything. He goes from wanting to be with Belle and stuff to actually being with her and everything, because he actually goes through an arc and changes. He goes from being this cocky jerk to that has a lot of anger issues and hatred and stuff. He lets all that go when he meets Belle and falls in love with her, and he becomes a really good person and everything. And I like that. I love that they really built him out and fleshed him out really well. I will say that if there's one thing that the remake did better, was that they gave the Beast a song and everything. I wish that he had his own song in the movie. That's the only thing that really holds him back. I think if he had his own song, he probably would be number 1. But the Beast is pretty good though, and I think he's a really good character. I love him and Belle together and everything, especially by the end of the movie. They kind of start out a little bad, but they fix it, and he changes and becomes a better person, and she accepts him, accepts his apology and who he is and stuff, and it's just a really great character and everything, and I love the Beast. So he's number 2, and my number 1 favorite Disney prince is Aladdin. I mean, how could you not like Aladdin? He's charming, he's funny, he's likable, he's just a really great character and everything. I can't help but love him. I think they do a really great job with him and everything, and he's just really great. So he's easily my number 1. Like he has the best character arc because he is the main character of the movie. So he has to have a bigger character arc and everything, and he really does get a good one about learning to be who you are and accept who you are and stuff. It's a really good lesson and stuff. But he also the other good lesson is good luck comes to those who rub one out and everything. I learned that from Aladdin too. But yeah, he's a great character, and I love him. So he's easily my number 1 favorite out of the Disney princes. So anyway, let me know in the comments who your favorite Disney prince is, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.